What's going on, everybody? This is the Blockchain Backer, bringing you the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. And in today's video, we're going to take a look at the Ripple XRP price chart, but we're going to actually zoom out on it a little bit and head back to 2017. It's been a little while since we've taken a look at the fractals and the setups that led to the beginning of the 2017 bull run that took place in March that gave the biggest gains. So if we measure out how big this bull run was, this one was 7,800%. When you look at the one that happened at the end of 2017, which many people are familiar with, that was 1,571%, or somewhere around there. But you could see from a percentage standpoint, the very first bull run was significantly bigger than the second one. So in this video, we'll take a closer look at what happened at the beginning of 2017 to determine, are we in this exact same move right now? But first, let's talk about the sponsor of this video. This video is sponsored by Unstoppable Domains, which has been a huge friend of the channel this year since they became a part of Ripple's Open Payments Coalition for PayID. At Unstoppable Domains, you can get your own .crypto domain address to tie all of your different crypto addresses to one simple to read address, such as mine, which is bcbacker.crypto. Instead of giving out your long string address for each of your crypto assets, you can provide your easy to remember human readable address. And with a growing list of compatible wallets, including the Coinbase wallet and MyEther wallet, the way of sending and receiving digital assets is becoming easier than ever. Of course, you can build your own decentralized website on your domain as well. And just like when the .com addresses became available back in the 90s, the surge to grab .crypto domains has begun, and with many listing them on OpenSea, and with some of them fetching in the tens of thousands of dollars. But as for me, I have a few addresses myself, but you can get your own .crypto domain address from Unstoppable Domains by visiting the affiliate link in the description of this video. All right, so the first thing we need to answer is, why is it even important that we take a look at this previous fractal to determine if we're doing the same thing this time around, right? Well, I mean, it could do anything, right? Why does it have to follow what we did back in 2017? I mean, it could just technically, just kind of go up and just kind of hang out and then, do squigglies and get its way up there, right? But why do we keep looking back to what happened in 2017? For the people that have been here with this channel for a long time, we've looked at a lot of different things, right? And particularly taking a look out at Fibonacci extensions, which we've shown many, many times on how different charts will use these Fib extensions to determine where the next level is up. It's really the only thing you can use once you get beyond an all-time high and you look to the left and see there's no resistance levels over there. The only thing that we have at that point is to take the Fibonacci's and measure our way out there. And history has proven in cryptocurrencies they do work. And in the 2017 bull run, they worked tremendously. But when we look back to the 2013 bull run, we can see that we had our first big bubble. It collapsed. It did a retracement on itself. So we look right here and we look at the retracement that occurred right here. This retracement happened before Bitcoin capitulated at the end of 2014. Looking back on the Bitcoin chart, that would be back here, right? So here we are in 2014, 2015. You can see right when it became the new year, Bitcoin collapsed on itself in January of 2015, taking it all the way down to about $150. So XRP had this big rise that took place right here in December of 2014, right before Bitcoin capitulated and ended the bear market off. Then XRP went on to consolidate for a long period of time afterwards. Meanwhile, Bitcoin continued to grind up. When we move over here to current times in our most recent bear market that we've all been living in for a long period of time, there are a lot of new subscribers coming in right now, but the vast majority of us have been here through this entire thing. And well, Bitcoin had its capitulation that took place in November of 2018, where it capitulated all the way down to $3,200 from about $6,000. So we had this big capitulation event that took place in November of 2018, which marked the bottom of Bitcoin. Looking over here at current times and the current bear market that XRP has been in, you can see that XRP had a really big push up right here that took place in September of 2018, shortly before the capitulation of Bitcoin. So XRP rose, let's do a measurement right there, rose about 150% at that time, and it was pretty much a straight line up. It took 3 days and then it was over. But we had a massive move up that took place right here. Well, if we look over here and we look back at this actual event that took place right here before the capitulation in 2014 to in early 2015 for Bitcoin, and we do a measurement of the extension of what happened, and we use this point of reference for our Fibonacci extensions, measuring the top to the bottom, we can see it takes us out exactly to this point. This is also when the rotation started to happen in the altcoins from not just XRP, but the rest of the altcoins also rotated together into Bitcoin. And it just became a Bitcoin bull market for pretty much the remainder of the year until we had our final altcoin push when Bitcoin was reaching the end of its parabolic run. So we look at this moment right here and we measure from this little rally that happened right before Bitcoin capitulated, and it takes us all the way out to a perfect fib extension. If we use this exact same rally that happened right before Bitcoin capitulated, it's also going to get us right out there to that exact same area. So here we go. We measure it from right here. You can see, boom, gets us right up into this area right here. Now, the chart that I am using for the bulk of this video is charts.cointrader.pro. But when we head over to TradingView and we look at it on the Bitstamp chart, we can see that that extension takes us out a little bit higher than charts.cointrader.pro does. And this actually gets us up to right about $12, $11.85 to $12 when we're doing this charting over on Bitstamp and on TradingView. But we will continue to use charts.cointrader.pro for the remaining of the XRP charting in this video. So we're going to use this as well, and then we'll come back over here and we'll grab this previous fractal, overlay it on top, and where does it get us? So we start right down here because this is where the fractal is. You'll understand that when I show it to you here in a minute. That also gets us out to right in here. So we have all these points of interest that are taking out to here, right? So if we're going to zigzag and do the exact same thing that we did back here, it takes us out to there. If we're going to use just Fibonacci extensions, it's going to take us out right into that region as well. And then if we also use the exact same strategy where we use the rally event that occurred before Bitcoin capitulated and do our Fibonacci extensions based on that, it gets us out to this region as well. So everything gets us between $10 to $14, regardless of what type of strategy we use to get us there. So let's go back and look at what occurred here, right? So this is all the consolidation that took place after the rally before Bitcoin capitulated. I'm going to grab just this right here, and we're going to use it from the exact moment in time where we were right here. So there's our rally, there's our top, and you can see from a time perspective, just about enough time has elapsed for us to get to the same spot. So from a time perspective and consolidation perspective, the same amount of time, I mean, pretty close. What are we, within a month at this point of consolidation took place right afterwards to get us to right here to the rally starting to take off. So time perspective, it's looking good. But the thing is, a lot of people are wondering, are we doing the exact same thing? I see other people talking about this and they're kind of in my opinion, I think they're going after the wrong thing here. And it's going to come back to this. When you look at these structures right here, right before the XRP price chart took off, where do you see that taking place over here? I think a lot of people will mistaken this spot right here for this spot right here, but I don't think it is the same thing. Let me show you why. I'm going to grab the entire fractal from over here, and I'm going to show you why it's actually right here. You're going to say, wait, what? That doesn't make any sense. Why would you even put it right there? That's just super silly. But here, I'm going to stretch this thing out and you're going to see why. So I might have to fast forward here for a second to show it to you. But once I get it overlaid, I'll bring it right back. And there you have it. Now I've got it overlaid just right. So what I did was I took the fractal that led right before the 2017 bull run happened in March. And then I've overlaid it over here, but I've stretched it to fit. And we're going to look at all these levels here and how they all played out together. So there we go. We can see we have three little tops that take place up here. We have the exact same bounce levels that all take place here. They all retrace to the exact same levels, and then we find our bottom. So as you know, a lot of new people are coming into this space, and a lot of new people have jumped in ever since here. But we've been really following this and keeping an eye on this at the exact same time, seeing that we would have this occur just like we did back here, seeing this pull up and pull back to 22 cents like we did back in 2017. Then the next thing is a big monstrous breakout that would take place, bringing it up above this level over here. So we'll zoom back and you could see this right here, right? So here's those three little tops right here, and you could see that XRP broke out to on top of them and then consolidated on them and then continued its way up, which is what we're seeing right now. So let me get this off the screen right here, and you can see we have our three little tops over here XRP is breaking out on top of it. So if we're going to follow exactly what we did in 2017 and everything's playing out perfectly like it has so far, what's the thing we could expect? We're probably going to have to expect a little volatility right here on top of this before it makes its next leg to the upside. One of the things that was interesting about that fractal is we looked at it from a time perspective and we're able to draw it out and see that time has been going a lot slower this time around. So how long will we have to spend right on here? This whole move right here was 4 times slower than this, which is why we have to really stretch it and pull it to get it right. You could see all the levels reacting exactly the same way as it did back here, but from a time perspective, holy cow, it took forever and it was brutally painful. Then when we get over here, we start going even slower. So how long are we going to consolidate on here? Is it really going to be as quick as something like that? I don't know. We'll have to see together. But otherwise, it's doing the exact same thing it was doing in 2017. And if we measure using just the rally that happened right before Bitcoin capitulated, right? So we're going to take that one right there. We're going to use that as our point of reference for everything that we do from here on out. That gets you out to $10.46. Again, that one's a range because when we look at it over here on Bitstamp, that gets us up to $11.85. So let's go ahead and grab our previous movement since we're following it identically and say, where does this really take us to? Well, that's a little ironic. It gets us right up into that zone right there. Then depending on how you want to get it placed, it gets you there. Now, if we're going to do this thing where we stretch it out like we just did right now, the target's going to get you, big resistance here at the all-time high. It's also going to get you up to like $37. I'm not so convinced about any of that we're actually going to reach out to $37. You guys know my targets. These are the big ones that I'm looking for. If I'm wrong and I end up selling a bunch right there and, well, my life changes in a positive way from selling a little bit too early, I can live with that. I'm fine with it. But using just fractals that are telling me we're going much higher isn't really the way I like to do things. I really like to incorporate the Fibonacci analysis and the Fibonacci extensions to get us up there at the same time. So when we look at how the structure was playing out back in 2017 before we lifted off, it was doing precisely this. When we look at the extensions of what the previous fractals did and how far it got you up there, no matter where you want to put this thing, it really gets you right there. And really, if we do measure it properly, this is how we would do it right in here. And that gets you right up into that exactly $13. So if you watch my channel, I keep talking frequently about $10 to $13, right? It's a very legitimate reason why I always say $10 to $13. And it's because we have all of these different areas right here. So either way, do I think we're actually doing it and we're actually in liftoff mode just like we were in 2017? Does the blockchain backer think that the bull run has begun and that we're not going to be coming back down to these low prices again? I do. I think we have started it. Something else that provides a lot of optimism for it is if we look back here on this exact time period that we're talking about right in here, right? This is, March of 2017, and we look at where Bitcoin was in March of 2017. It was up here pretty close to its all-time high, so it was working its way all the way back up. And then as it was right near its all-time high, XRP lifted off, doing exactly what we're seeing happening right now. We head over to current times right now. We're getting this liftoff occur right here, right while Bitcoin's back up near its all-time high. So all signs point to this is it. And like we've been talking about over there on that Bitcoin dominance chart, the fact that we're seeing this big fall from exactly where we're having it, the 0.702 Fibonacci retracement level, the fact that it is moving fast. If you look at all these times, it doesn't move this fast. It's moving very fast. It's gapping down, breaking down, which leads me to believe the Bitcoin dominance is heading down to near 15%. And this is just the beginning of alt season. So, all right, that's going to wrap it up for this one. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I put it out there. I think we have completely begun the XRP bull run, and to be completely frank with you, I've always thought we were in it. I always just knew that from a time perspective, things were moving a little bit slower, and I know it was grueling and it was painful, but all of those little structures that we saw happening there on XRP, all of this stuff happening right here was exactly how we started out our previous bull run. So in my opinion, I'd always thought, well, we're in it. We've already begun it. The thing is, we just haven't seen it get really wild for everybody to confirm it yet. So now I think we're all seeing it. But all right, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. You can check out my website over here, bcbacker.com, where I've got 19 videos, 4.5 hours of content where I deep dive into the previous Bitcoin bull runs, the altcoin seasons, my exit plans, how I do a lot of the charting stuff that I do, and I'm talking a lot about emotions, and I have a downloadable spreadsheet. There's a ton of stuff on here, so you can enroll in my course over here on bcbacker.com. And check out the sponsor of today's video, Unstoppable Domains. There's a link down here in the description of this video. And whoa, look at that. We hit 50,000 subscribers. Amazing. But yeah, check out Unstoppable Domains to get your own .crypto domain. And of course, follow me over here on Twitter at bcbacker. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you could, please like this video and give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you could be notified of when I create new content and when I go live. As always, this is not investment advice and I am not a financial advisor, but if you ever need a pick-me-up or a little bit of reassurance, just remember that the blockchain backers got your back. Have a good one.